Nothing Wrong with Orange and Blue Podcast.
What's up, NRW crew, Broncos country? It's Sunday, and that means another episode of Nothing Rhymes with Orange and Blue. I'm Johnny Baki. With me is my best friend in the world, my co-host, godfather to my kids, Isaiah Henderson. What's up, bud?
AKA the Dark Knight. And we got the chat filled already.
Oh,
everybody,
yeah,
thank you. What's up? So we got Shadow Jacker who's in early and who's pumped, and he says the Dark Knight has risen. I am back, baby.
That's right.
We got Mundungus there. Vic, what's up, fam? What's up? Welcome, Vic. I don't think I've ever seen you before. If I haven't,
Vic's been in the house. Vic's been in the house before.
Welcome back, Vic. What's up, fam? Let's see who else we got.
By the way, I'm driving the comments tonight. Okay, I'm driving the comments. You can drive next week.
Let's do it. Okay,
all right,
Landon Clark. Let's do this. Vic, I like that. Ready for the MH5. That sounds like a firearm, and I love it.
Yeah, buddy.
I love it. MH5.
Got Ronald Samples in the house. We got Vic. We got Shadow Jacker. We got the boss man Mundungus. But you know what? Real quick, welcome again to the Nothing Rhymes with Orange and Blue podcast. We are a fan-led podcast, all right? Basically, the way we put it, we are not professional analysts, but we are your bona fide fanlists. Fanalists, that's right. We go live every Sunday night at 6543. Put them where they go. And we go live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch at MHRT Podcasts on all of them. You can also follow us on Nothing Rhymes DB4L and Nothing Rhymes on Twitter. All right. That being said, we were talking about
why is it important that they follow MHRT Podcast?
Oh, that's right.
Why is that so important right now?
Why is that so important right now? Why? Because we are on the quest for 1,000 subscribers on MHRT. But our goal, real quick, while we of course are always trying to get to that 1,000, is to get 3 new subscribers.
4 billion.
Three. We want 3 people to hit that subscribe button before Tuesday night's Broncos Talk show. So come on, y'all. 3 people. That ain't hard. All right.
You heard the man. Get to it. You heard the man. 3 subscribers. Let's do it.
That's right. Subscribe, like, share, hit that notification bell, send it out to your friends. Let's get out there to the rest of Broncos country. They all want to be part of NRW crew. They just don't know it yet. All right.
They don't know it yet.
That's right. So we were talking about all of NRW crew that's in the house, but I've got some exciting news for y'all. All right. The title of today's episode is MoBad and MoBroncos. Because since we are currently in the desert of the off season, where there is little to no news, not much breaking for us to talk about, we've decided that for the next few weeks, every week we're going to bring on one of our super fans, one of the big names that's constantly commenting, that's been here since the beginning, that we love and that is always helping us drive the show along. So this week it is our good friend MoBad, Mohammed Badri. Let me take this down. I forgot to take that down. There we go. MoBad, what's up, buddy? Welcome to Nothing Rhymes with Orange and Blue.
Thanks for having me, guys. It's really exciting to finally meet you also.
Yeah, you too, brother.
It's just exciting.
Yeah.
Like I said, I've seen you on other podcasts before, but it's kind of
everywhere, dude.
It's neat to see and talk to you one-to-one. You know
Absolutely.
what I mean?
My pleasure.
It's a new feeling. So yeah, man. I don't know if you remember when the first time you came on, you commented on our show. I literally was like, "Oh my gosh, Mohammed Badri! I'm fangirling."
I was shocked. I was shocked.
And now Mohammed Badri's on my show.
In the house.
Yeah, in the comments, everybody's glad. Everybody's glad to see you. Shout out to Dave Glassman.
That's right.
I heard you, Dave. You're listening. You can't watch, but you're driving. So shout out to Dave Glassman.
Oh, by the way, Isaiah, I don't know if you've seen this, but you're getting Pookies across the board. Pookie night! Pookie! Ha ha ha, the Pookster! It's going to stick forever, brother. Hashtag Pookie! We love you, Pookie!
Oh, my God.
Hey, you're the one that wanted to give everybody a nickname. Now
First off, that's enough. If you go back and check, the handle on there says Dark Knight.
Knight.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
That's right. That's right. But you know what? The NRW crew as a whole appears to have spoken. So Pookie.
No, they haven't. First off, because go up. Grandma Weaver's in the house. Hey, Mama, I see you. If you go all the way up to the top of the comments, Shadow Jacker, the first thing he says, the Dark Knight has risen. So I'm gonna go with Shadow Jacker, and I'm going with Dark Knight.
All right, Mo, you got a bunch of shout outs already. Vic says Mo, or I can't tell if it's supposed to be Mo or Moo. Moo. Glenn says Mo.
What's
Shadow
up, Glenn?
Jacker. Oh, snap. Badri in the house.
What's going on, Shadow?
Mundunga says MoBad. And then now, Glenn's starting to, fireworks already. Mo has the best beard on the show.
I try, Glenn.
Oh, buddy.
Glenn's a hater. What a hater.
Glenn is a hater.
Love you, Glenn.
My mother's on, and she says Graham Weaver's in the house. That's my grandmother, the wife of the man who made this, who turned me into this.
Wow.
So,
together, Johnny.
No, you weren't even born yet, so that's a nice try, buddy. But
I was there in your heart.
I feel like I got to break out into a song from Disney now. All right. And Mundunga says it's Pookie night. I have spoken.
Nobody cares. It's not that.
Dark Knight.
Hey, Pookie, calm down. All right.
I think they're jealous of you. If you got a cool name, that's why.
It's all out of love, brother. It's all out of love.
All out of love.
You've known me for 6.5 years. If I ain't giving you a hard time, it's because I don't like you.
Has it been that long?
Yeah.
Gosh, seems like it's been forever.
It has been forever. It's been but now we got a new friend. Our new friend Muhammad in the house. What's up, MoBad? MoBad, brother. Oh man, I'm so excited to have you on.
MoBad, what is on your mind today?
Like I was talking to Johnny before we went live. Just the whole competition, with the quarterback, it's very frustrating because you can't really see anything. You just keep hearing all these things about, Locke is doing good. The next day he's not doing good. Bridgewater. I mean, I don't know.
So when it comes to like on Broncos Twitter, you have a bunch of people who are there on the ground and they almost give a play-by-play. Are they not allowed to film?
Not right now.
Mm-hmm.
Not that I know of. As far as I know, nobody's actually allowed to really film until training camp, except for official
Denver Broncos media.
Yeah, Denver Broncos media, like for Broncos.com and all that.
I was gonna say because we only see videos from Denver Broncos, official Denver Broncos on Twitter. I'm like, hey, if all you guys are tweeting,
Now during training camp, there will be like commentators there during training camp live and doing.
Will they be able to watch live?
Yeah. A couple of years ago, it was Steve Atwater, and I think I can't remember who was with him. I know Ray Crockett stopped by at one point to talk with him.
Yeah, I remember.
I
remember.
So,
every day,
but they were in and out with showing. I remember watching it, but they were in and out with showing it. And they'd say constantly, "Hey, we can't show everything." I'm like, "Come on, guys! I don't care about what you're saying. I want to see them." But
Agreed.
I understand. It's frustrating. So, who do you think? I'm not going to ask who you think's winning because everybody has their own opinions. What do you think? What do you think of the quarterback competition so far? Do you think it's a good thing? You think it's a bad thing?
Honestly, in theory, it's a good thing, but how is that going to affect Locke? I don't know.
Well, see, you and I were talking about that.
Yeah, he seemed pretty confident. So when he came in, he seemed like it wasn't bothering him and stuff. But is that true? Is it just for show? I don't know.
That's what I was going to ask. Is he just showing that?
I mean, like, look here. I was saying it to Mo before we went live, and the issue that we have. That I have, I agree with some people, a lot of people out there. I hate quarterback competitions because to me, when you pin them to get up against each other, pit them up against each other to fight for that job. One, there's a lot of pressure there, right, on both of them to succeed, to become the guy. And I think the focus of trying to win the job can take away from the focus you need to be put, that should be put on bettering your game. So there's that. On top of it. It splits the reps, man. Like I want my starting quarterback on day one to have had every single possible rep with the starters on the field as possible, so that when they start throwing that ball, it's like second nature. You ain't got to think. You ain't got to look. It's he's gonna be here. The ball is gonna go this way, and it's gonna meet its mark. You know what I'm saying. So when you're doing those kind of competitions with the quarterback, they're splitting them down the middle, 50-50. That means that they're not getting the reps with their, getting used to their receivers the way that they could be, right? But that also means that the receivers are having to, one, learn two different styles of quarterback play because we know that Drew and Teddy are both very different in the way they play. Right.
True.
So the receivers are having to split their reps as well, learning two different styles and not getting completely perfectly 100% comfortable with just one.
Quarterback. Yeah.
I think it hurts the team. That's what I think. But crucify me if you will.
If I'm a coach out there, from my perspective, and I have this, and that what you're saying is taken into account, I'm thinking to myself, okay, let's put these guys out here. Let's split the reps. Whoever can build the chemistry the fastest is the guy that we want starting. So if we split the reps 50-50 and it looks like Drew Lock has better chemistry with the offense and the players and the offensive line and play calling, he's the guy I want. But if Teddy Bridgewater can come in here quickly, learn a new offense, learn a new offensive set, get chemistry with the receivers, he's the guy I want. So there is kind of a benefit to the 50-50 quarterback competition because then you get to see, well, if you say Drew Lock's a starter, Teddy got to earn it and come from behind, you're not going to really know.
I suppose you can look at it, take the good with the bad, I guess.
Yeah.
So real quick, let's go back to the comments. Shadow Jacker, this is to my mother. Shadow Jacker giving a shout out to Mrs. Baki, my mama. So mama, there you go. Shadow gives you a shout out. Dave has one for MoBad. If I could send a super sticker in honor of MoBad's appearance, I would.
Thank you.
Saying cheers.
Thank you.
Dave,
right.
cheers.
Yes.
We see you.
Cheers. We see you, Dave. We see you, brother. We've got our buddy, a 6'10" Mexican, and I'm going to try to say this just like you, Adon. Are you ready? Saludos and salutations, Broncos country. That's how he says it. I'm trying to say it the way he does. We got him in the house. We got our friend Lindsay. Hey, boys.
What's up, Lindsay?
Hey, Lindsay. What's up?
Let's see. We got Shadow Jacker with a question from Mo here. Baudry, proudest Bronco moment go outside Super Bowl 50.
Outside of the Super Bowl, I would say when Tebow threw that touchdown against the Steelers.
Yeah, man,
That's
that was
a
a
good
moment.
I didn't see that one coming, man.
Nobody saw that coming.
moment.
I
At least
lost my
all the
mind.
Steelers.
Even John Elway lost his mind.
Mine?
Yeah.
I'm going to have to say mine. Outside Super Bowl 50, there's a couple, and it's got to be with Peyton Manning. It's either A, his first game back from those surgeries when he threw 7 touchdowns against the Baltimore Ravens in game 1.
Yeah, week 1.
Or the comeback against the Chargers when we were down 24-0.
Oh, yeah.
For some reason, we always have these great comebacks against the Chargers. Whether it's Drew Lock or Peyton Manning, we were down 24-0. It was the largest deficit in NFL history, and we came back and won like 35-24.
Yeah, it was pretty amazing.
Or a third one, the Peyton Manning versus Tony Romo shootout.
The shootout in Dallas.
The shootout in Dallas. And Peyton Manning ran for a rushing touchdown.
You know,
I can't pick one.
If I had to pick one favorite moment, and I said this on Broncos Talk on Tuesday. My favorite moment is honestly, and I know it sounds very cliche, but it's the Elway run against the Packers. The helicopter dive.
Oh my god!
Because I was I was 8 years old, but I was a huge Broncos fan even as an 8-year-old. I didn't say this on Broncos Talk. I'm watching the Super Bowl in the living room with my parents and my grandparents, and I had even taken the vacuum cleaner and some old shoes and some other stuff and my Broncos Halloween costume, my John Elway Broncos Halloween costume, and a balloon. And I had made a dummy of John Elway out of the vacuum cleaner right there next to us in the living room.
Wow.
I was that big of a fan as an 8-year-old.
Very weird.
And shut up, nobody asked you. Anyway, I'm just trying to show how big of a fan I was even as an 8-year-old. Okay. And I remember that moment. I remember Elway running, and I remember him taking that dive. And I'm not the only one who says this. I know fans all over the place say that was the very moment that everyone in Broncos country knew we are not losing another Super Bowl. We just knew at that moment.
The crazy part is I'm younger, but when I see John Elway now and I look at his highlights, I'm like, that can't be the same guy. Because I've looked at his highlights the last couple of days. When I tell you that man had an accurate ball, and I was watching, I was like, wow. I was like, that man really could throw. And I see him now chewing sunflower seeds in the box. I'm like, there's no way this is the same dude. That's just diving into the end. I was like, this cannot be the same dude. But hot damn, John Elway had a cannon and a rocket on him. And the more I watch him, the more I watch him, the higher he climbs up on my list. And I'm like, okay, I see why he was drafted, and probably they consider the greatest quarterback draft class of all time in '83.
I'm not sure.
Jim Kelly, John Elway, John Elway, Dan Marino, Jim Kelly. Considered
I'd
the
say
greatest
it's at least
quarterback
in the
draft
top
class.
5. Yeah, probably.
It's top one or two.
3.
It's top 1 or 2. Yeah.
Going back to the quarterback competition real quick, we got Mundungus, who basically said what we said. It sucks. You don't want a QB competition, but you can't just hand it to them. Neither one has played well enough to have it handed to them. And I agree. It's a catch-22. You're damned if you do. You're damned if you don't, brother. Like,
no, MoBad. My question to you is, at this point in time, this is just the 2021 season. So we're looking at the QB competition for the 2021 season. Do you see either one of these guys 3, 4, 5 years down the road still a Bronco for who we have now?
It's really hard to tell right now. Bridgewater is safe with the football.
Depressing.
He's safe with the football. Drew Lock is not, but he'll throw it. He's going to open the field. But
that's crazy because that's such a huge thing. He's safe with the football. And to any rational person, like, there it is. That's it. But then you're like, he's going to open up the field. And he's going to open up the playbook. And that's one thing that the Titans. I'm gonna say this because my wife's a Titans fan. That's one thing that I will give the Titans credit on is with their running game. They open up their playbook. They open up the play action. They give the receivers opportunities to have 1,000-yard seasons with a 2,000-yard running back. They open up the playbook, and you're right. In my head, I don't know all of it, but in my head with Teddy Bridgewater, that kind of condenses the playbook. If you're a defense, you're like, okay, Jerry Jeudy, KJ Hamler, the tight end. He's going to throw drag routes, quick routes, or an out route. I know what he's going to do. Let me adjust my defense accordingly. But I feel like with Drew Lock, like you said, he opens up the field. You know, that play action deep post route to KJ Hamler. That was beautiful. He opens it up. But I mean, you're right. He takes care of the football. That's a crazy balance that we have to find somewhere.
You got to figure out which one's gonna benefit you the most while hurting you the least.
Yeah, true. My main thing is the line, really. Like that right tackle position. I think that's gonna be a big deal.
Yeah, I do too.
And you're right. We haven't talked much about that. We don't know much. We don't know much, but we haven't talked about it much.
My wife jumped on, and apparently Sammy, my son Samson, says Unca, which is he calls all my kids call Isaiah Uncle. So, but Sammy is only 1.5 years, so he says Unca.
He never says it. He never calls me Uncle when I'm there. I'm like, say Uncle, and he just looks at me. But as soon as I leave, Barbara's like, hey, Samson can't stop saying your name. I'm like, I don't understand what's going on.
No, well, and you don't have kids yet, Isaiah, so you don't know. Kids will never do what you want when you want them to do it, especially when
my kids are going to be disciplined out of the birth canal.
You're out of your mind.
There's going to be a drill sergeant.
MoBad, back me up, right? Immediately out. They're going to be disciplined. There's no crying, no sniveling. They're going to tell me when they're hungry immediately, right?
Yeah, you're going to
That's how it works.
Kids, man.
We got Vic in the house. Vic says that he was 14 and was a huge fan at that time and in 97, 98. Great Elway run. Let's see. Mundungus agrees with you, Isaiah. The 1983 draft class.
Yep, that's considered the number 1 or number 2 greatest draft class of all time. I think there was a couple where there was years where Deion Sanders, Michael Irvin, Jerry Rice. There was one where they were sparsed around, but they had a couple great picks. But I think the 1983 draft class was considered each quarterback that was drafted. Each one, I think, for a total, they went to 10 Super Bowls between the 3 of them.
Well, and I believe of the top 5, of the top 5 quarterbacks drafted in that class, 4 of them are Hall of Famers. Because you got Jim Kelly, Jim Kelly,
Dan Marino, John Elway. Who's the other one I'm missing?
I might. Maybe it's just 3.
Yeah, because out of those 3, they've been to 10 Super Bowls.
Yeah,
John Elway's been to 5.
Either way, like the top 3 quarterbacks in one class are in the Hall of Fame. So I mean that.
I don't think you can hear me, Johnny. They've been to a total of
I heard you!
Super Bowl.
God, would you You're like,
but I think my favorite,
you're like a little girl, just
my favorite probably is Dan Marino.
That's it. You're off the show.
Not over, Johnny.
Nope, you're done.
Wow.
You're out. No, you are not allowed to wear those colors and say that Dan Marino is your favorite.
I didn't say he was my favorite quarterback. I just said after watching a football life, Peyton Manning's my favorite quarterback. Watching a football life, how Dan Marino was to come in and break all those records, but I think John Elway was the most accurate quarterback.
He was the hungriest too, in my opinion.
He was. I mean, Jim Kelly had been to 4 Super Bowls and didn't win any. John Elway had been to 5 and won 2. Dan Marino went to 1 and lost 1. But after watching the highlights, John Elway was just, when I tell you, he threw some passes on the money. And like I said, I've been watching him over the last couple of days. I'm just impressed. I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
Strong arm for sure.
So we got
a strong arm too.
Mm-hmm.
Coming on strong, coming back in on the chat. We got Gary Neighbors. Go Broncos country. What's up, Gary? Welcome back, brother.
What was the nickname we gave for him?
EJ in the house.
I think we started calling him State Farm.
Was it State Farm? Okay.
Yeah, because like a good neighbors, State Farm is there.
Yeah, State Farm. We have a lot of time on this show.
Yeah, we do. We have a lot of fun. EJ's in the house. The purveyor of the NRW crew who gave the name to the crew. So there we go, EJ. Welcome back, brother. It's good to see you.
MoBad, question for you.
What's up?
The greatest catch you've ever seen since you've been a Broncos fan, and who was it by?
That's an interesting one.
Yeah. And we've had some great receivers and some good quarterbacks to throw them the ball.
Mm-hmm.
I think I know who's my. Hey guys, in the comments, go ahead, tell us the greatest catch by a receiver in Broncos, and since you've watched the Broncos, since you've been a Broncos fan. So
that's interesting because I've got decades to go through.
I'm gonna have to go through. I can't remember what game it was, but I'm pretty sure it was the 2013 to 2014 season, and I'm almost positive it was by Demaryius Thomas. And he made this one-handed catch. I just can't remember who was it against, but I know my choice is by Demaryius Thomas. Because when that dude was at his prime, that dude was the best. What was the nickname they gave him? Because at the time, Calvin Johnson was still in the league. It was Megatron, and they called him Optimus Prime.
Optimus Prime. Yeah,
Prime. That's actually pretty.
Oh,
creative.
there you go. Alamo's got a great one. Stokely against the Bengals. Brandon Stokely against the Bengals. If you haven't seen it, Isaiah, check it out. I remember it, and it was, whoo! I mean, they got mossed.
Yeah,
they got mossed.
I think Brandon Stokely's underrated.
Yeah, there it is. And Mundungus agreed. Manning to Brandon Stokely against the Bengals.
Okay, hold on. Okay,
yep.
Hold on.
I can't remember that one.
It was Brandon Stokely. He didn't get his just desserts in my opinion.
I think he's.
So it stinks. Oh, and Vic says, "Say it with me, Dark Knight. Elway is the GOAT." Okay,
I think he's the greatest Bronco. Was it a game-winning catch?
He okay. All right, listen. Elway in Broncos country, Elway is God. Okay, I mean, it's
no way around. Yeah,
there's no way around.
Was it a game-winning catch?
I can't remember if it was a full-on game-winning catch or not. I'm trying to remember the one, and I don't remember who it was. I know it was Rod Smith. I know there was a catch Rod Smith made. Dude, Rod Smith is one of the most underrated wide receivers in the history of the Broncos and the NFL. Not Broncos, sorry. In the history of the NFL. It was Elway to Rod Smith, and I can't remember who we were playing, but Rod Smith made just this reaching catch near the back of the end zone. Like he may have had 2 steps left. You know what I mean?
I think I know what you're talking about.
And he made this catch. He made this catch with the tips of his fingers because the ball was out in front of him. And he reached, and you could see the ball almost basically when they showed it in slow motion, kind of landed right there on the tips of these 2 fingers, and he curled it back into his arm and got 2 feet down and got that touchdown. And it should have been an uncatchable ball, but he made that catch. I don't remember who it was against. I think it might have been against. I think it might have been against the Ravens. In the late 90s. I think 99 or something like that. It was 98. It was Elway to Rod Smith. And it wasn't in the 97 season, so I think it was in 99 that he made that catch. Or in 98.
So, Dave, you're right. I just finished watching the highlights, and I don't know if you just saw my face. I remember that catch. I remember he was not the intended receiver. And it was because in the highlight, they had just shown where he had thrown Brandon the ball, and it was deflected or intercepted out of bounds. And the next play, it was that catch. Yeah, it was it was incredible.
It's my turn. Hold on. Okay, go ahead with your hot take, but then I got some questions.
No, we didn't finish. Did we finish? MoBad, did you finish? Did you get yours? The greatest catch by a receiver?
No, I don't think you did.
No, I can't really remember. I mean, recently I would say Cortland Sutton had some good ones. You know,
Yeah, he did. That one that Drew Lock threw in the first game where he dove and caught that one-handed, that was a
Yeah.
pretty dope catch. That was
Yeah,
actually
I really didn't think he caught it. That was just amazing, man.
I didn't know. See that catch when Cortland Sutton did that. I don't know if I just didn't pay attention to Cortland Sutton or whatever the case may be. Maybe I was paying attention too much to the quarterback at that time because we were going back and forth with Joe Flacco. But that's when I really was like, "Who the hell is Cortland Sutton and who is this dude?" And he just went off. But the hot take was, and I thought about this because I've been watching highlights recently. I think Noah Fant has the potential to be better than Shannon Sharp on the Broncos.
Ooh,
I think he has the potential to be the best.
Right now,
tight end of Broncos.
I don't have my soundboard, and so I can't hit the air horn right now. But like that's a really hot take, bro. Like, you are like walking on hot coals.
I mean, he's got the talent, the tools.
Yeah,
you know?
and the speed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
and if you remember by Noah Fant, his rookie season, he had a couple drop passes, and he got rid of those really quickly.
Yeah,
it was like Jerry Jeudy kind of had consistent drop passes throughout the season, and you could tell he slowly improved. Noah Fant, after the first couple games, like got him out of his system. But we just need an offensive coordinator that can get him the ball consistently. Because I really believe Noah Fant is our undercover weapon. And Drew Lock and Noah Fant have great chemistry.
Right. Mundunga says KJ in the end zone to win the game. That was a sweet catch too. Yeah.
That was man, Johnny. We were on the phone.
We were on the phone when that happened. We were screaming. Yeah, we were actually able to actually hang out together during that game, which sucked. But you know,
we're on the phone.
His hurt though, right?
It was beautiful.
Yeah, his hurt though.
His hamstrings hurting now. They don't think it's that big of a deal. They just kept him out the last week or so of what was it, mini camp?
It's just now he's got 5 precautionary. It's precautionary.
Yeah, it's precautionary. It's 5 to 6 weeks, so he should be 100% fine when he gets back.
I know KJ has also restrained his hamstring a little bit.
Yeah, that's what we're saying. That's why they kept him out for the last week.
I mean, the thing about those kind of injuries, you could rehab that injury for years, and you could still re-injure it just like that. Those are the kind of things that just nag and last. You know, Dave Glassman says Mark Jackson at the end of the drive. You're not wrong, Dave. You know, I don't remember the drive. I wasn't able to watch it live. I wasn't even born yet. But I have gone back and I have watched it many, many, many times.
Yeah, you sat me down and forced me to watch it too.
Well, you know, you want to call yourself a Broncos fan, you better know some Broncos history, pal. Anyway, yes, Mark Jackson's catch at the end of the drive that solidified that win over the Browns was just what a thing, man. What a thing. It should, you know, Elway and Jackson and I can't remember who else, they orchestrated the drive of a lifetime, something that shouldn't have been possible, but they made it happen. And it was, and the Broncos, you know, they knocked the Browns out after that drive. It was incredible. So yeah, Shadow Jacker actually just asked the question, which was going to be my next question for Mo. So Mo, I want to get off of like, you know, all this stuff for a minute. And I want to talk about you because, you know, we got you on the show. You're always in our comment section, but I want to know why you're what made you such a big fan? What made you the kind of fan that would watch a fan-based Broncos podcast in the middle of June when there's nothing football going on? And, you know, why you are the fan that you are of the Broncos. So would you enlighten us a little bit?
So it's actually funny because I was actually born in Sudan, East Africa. I wasn't born here. So I knew soccer, didn't really know anything about football. Mm-hmm. And when I moved to the States, I used to see football, but to me it was just weird. Like, I'm like, what are they doing? Like, it seemed like fighting. Honestly, like, I thought it was just the dumbest thing ever. I didn't even watch or anything, but like in 2005, you know, I started working in a company and everybody was talking about football and they kept asking me. And I was like, what are they? Let me just check it out. And I just got into it, man. And it's like chess, you know?
Yeah,
it kind of ruined soccer for me now. I don't enjoy soccer like I used to, you know.
I mean, I coach soccer. I coach my son's soccer team because he loves soccer, and I mean, I grew up playing some soccer.
I did
but
too. Yeah,
it's nowhere near. It's not football.
no,
Not for me.
football.
No.
Yeah.
You're right.
So
it's chess. You're absolutely right.
It is
I've never
chess.
thought about that before.
It's
A lot of
chess.
mind games.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like if to me the kind of chess that football is the kind of chess where instead of like having to being able to plan 5-6 moves in advance because you can't always, right? The way but it's kind of like having to plan a chess move for each individual move. You know what I mean? If that makes sense at all.
Well, it made me think of when you said chess, and the person, my favorite player of all time, the immediate person that popped up was Peyton Manning. He was playing chess in real time.
Yeah.
There
you go. That's a great way to put it.
He'd fake. He'd say he'd call out a command, and they wouldn't hide, and he'd see the defense move. And then, like playing chess, he's saying the opponent's move before they do it, and he's predicting what they're going to do before they do it, and then he changes what he's going to do based on what the opponent's doing. And when you said chess, the first thing I thought it was Peyton Manning playing chess in real time. I mean, that's actually a fantastic.
Yeah, and that's a great way to put it. So you talked about what made you a football fan. So why the Broncos?
So at that time, I was living in the DC area, but I was thinking to move to Denver. I went to see my friend, came back, and the Broncos were doing good. I honestly don't even know why. Just, I guess, the colors or something. So watching them, Jake
I mean,
Plummer
you can't go wrong with orange and blue.
So just somehow, I was really into the Broncos for some reason, and then just, things kind of moved from there.
What year was that? Like, what era was that?
It was 2005. Jake Plummer.
I was going to say Jake Plummer was the quarterback.
Yeah, wearing his jersey. Yeah.
He's oh man, I miss Jake Plummer.
Yep.
I wish we'd have gotten to see more out of what he could have done for the Broncos. But
full admission, 2005, I was a Colts fan.
Wow, my brother's a Colts fan.
Now, I will say this. I'm a big Peyton Manning fan, as you guys know.
No,
Peyton Manning got let go. And 2012
that's a nice way of putting it. Let go.
After his 4 neck surgeries, and he came to the Broncos. Ow! What is that? Thank you. My wife threw something at me.
You probably deserved it.
Probably. I don't know what I did wrong. I'll go apologize later for whatever it was.
Yeah. Did you?
But after he came to the Broncos, I was like, look, I'm a Peyton Manning fan. Andrew Luck said, I don't care for the Colts. I care about Peyton Manning. So he came to the Broncos and said, you know what? My family used to always make fun of, you're a bandwagon. So I said, you know what? I'm just going to stick with the Broncos. I met Johnny. Johnny's a super diehard Broncos fan. I was like, hey, I'm a Broncos fan too.
Let's go.
And then when I met Johnny, I was like, this guy's never going to let me change teams ever again.
No.
So
I didn't. I haven't, and you never will.
No, my grandmother, my wife's grandmother was just saying, she's like, the Broncos aren't going to the playoffs, so you might as well just come on over to the Titans. I was like, I don't think Johnny's going to let that happen. But
I don't think so. I think no, I'm definitely not letting that happen. I don't know what I will do in order to prevent that. But first of all, I shouldn't have to do anything. You know who Daddy is.
I always tell people too that don't talk about my Broncos. I will take it personally. You know how people say, I'm like, don't talk about my Broncos. I will be upset. Just don't do it.
Take it personally.
Yeah, I will.
What's that one meme with Michael Jordan? And I took that personally.
Yeah, and I took that personally. So real quick, back to the comments. Real quick, we got Skinny Bob in the house. He's joined us. Sup,
Skinny
Broncos
Bob!
A new name to me that I don't recognize on Facebook.
No,
Brandon Gonzalez.
Hey,
what's good, Denver Broncos fans? Brandon, welcome to the show, my friend.
Welcome.
It's good to see you. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to MHRT Podcast on YouTube. All right. We got Shadow Jacker saying Jake the Snake talking about Jake Plummer. I do miss him. Oh, I do miss him. Danny Trujillo is in the house with, he just made his presence known. But what's up, Danny? What's up, Danny? And that's another one on Facebook. All right. Yeah.
Mundungus,
you are literally on a Broncos podcast, not allowed to change now.
It's known. It's solidified. I don't plan on it. And this is the first time.
After living the 2015 Super Bowl run with me, after going through it and being in my man cave every game of that season and spending the Super Bowl together, you can never, ever, ever abandon the Broncos. Not after that. We went through way too much that season.
Nope, that's what it means when it says DB forever, Denver Broncos for life.
For life, yeah.
DB4L. Char Baldwin in the house on Facebook. Another name I don't recognize. Char, welcome to the show.
Welcome.
It's good to see you.
Welcome.
I think is it Char or Shar? I don't want to get it wrong. I hate it when people get my name wrong. Shar. I hate it when people get my name wrong. So, kind of, if you can somehow let me know how to pronounce your name, I'd love to pronounce it right. Okay,
and then we will come up with a nickname for you.
That's right. We come up with a nickname for everybody. Just tell them MoBad, Skinny Bob, and
yeah, his name is Muhammad Badri. We call him MoBad, Skinny Bob.
The only one that we the only one of our super fans that doesn't have a nickname is Dave Glassman, because we tried to give him a nickname and he's like, just call me Dave.
Yeah, it's just Dave Glassman. it goes right.
That's right. So all right, so 2005, and you became a Broncos fan. Jake Plummer was our quarterback. Good times. I really wish we could go. I really wish we could have seen where he went. I was thinking the other day, just kind of a fun caveat off that. Imagine what would have been different. All right, like we always say, we wish we'd gotten to see more of Jake Plummer. We always we wish we would have seen more of Jay Cutler and not sent him off to Chicago.
Yeah.
But think about it: if we hadn't lost Plummer, or if we hadn't drafted Cutler and replaced him with replaced Plummer with Cutler. And then for whatever reasons, and then sent Cutler off to Chicago for Tebow, and then cut Tebow, we might never have had Peyton Manning.
True.
So that, you can tie it all back to a single point. You know what I mean? Like, if Jake Plummer had worked out and been our quarterback for the next 10 years, Peyton Manning never would have landed in Denver, and we likely would not have won that Super Bowl in 2015.
Yeah, probably not. Yeah.
So, just kind of,
what?
Wow, the violence going on in the Henderson household right now.
He's in trouble.
Tell her I love her.
Guys, he loves you. I don't even know what she said.
I don't know. Dave Glassman's giving us cheers again, so we gotta,
Cheers, brother. So Shadow Jacker came in with the nickname for Dave Glassman. I like it.
Glass House.
Glass House.
Landon Clark is back in, and I started calling him Little Wizard last week. So if that is a problem for you, Landon, let me know. But from now on, as far as I'm concerned, you're Little Wizard.
No, I had one.
No, you don't get to change it. That's my nickname. He's Little Wizard. Okay.
No, I got it.
No, I don't care.
Wait, you're gonna like it. You're gonna like it. Ready? You ready, Johnny?
Go.
Lando Clarizian.
No. I'm a huge Star Wars fan too, but no, he is Little Wizard. Landon Clark is Little Wizard.
Lil Wiz. Call him Lil Wiz.
No. Dude.
You don't have to say the whole thing out, Little Wizard.
Lil Wizard. Lil Wizard.
Wiz.
Say it fast. If you say it fast, it rolls right off the tongue. Lil Wizard.
Lil Wiz.
Lil Wizard. No. All right, so we got Brendan Gonzalez. Let's go. Good to see some Denver Broncos fans.
Good to see you, Brendan.
We got Mile High 6, another one of our Canadian friends in the house tonight.
Yeah, what's up, Mile High 6?
Become a Broncos fan in 2011 because of Tebow. Hey,
does that mean you were a Florida fan? You were a fan of him in college as well? Let us know, Mile High 6.
Go Gators.
Okay, so Shar did tell us it is pronounced Shar. Thank you, Shar. I will make sure to get it right from now on. All right.
Shar, nice to meet you, Shar.
Sure.
So Mundungus says, if I'm the godfather, doesn't make that make him the godson? About Landon. Landon is Mundungus' son. Yeah.
I still like Lil Wiz.
Lil Wizard. It's Lil Wizard.
Wiz.
Landon, tell us which one.
Please tell us that
all right,
we've
thrown out three. It's Lando. It's Lando Clarizian.
Yeah.
Lil Wizard or Lil Wiz. You tell us which one you like, all right? And we'll stick with it, okay? Or according to your dad, it could be Godson. So let's see. Brandon Gonzalez. All right, when the Broncos acquired Peyton Manning immediately, everybody was saying Super Bowl. So that being said, let me know if Aaron Rodgers ends up with Denver. It's going to be the same. Our expectations are going to be Super Bowl win, not making the Super Bowl wins. Okay.
Yep, I agree. I cannot take that away, even though I'm a Drew Lock fan. I'm not going to deny that.
What do you think, MoBad?
Honestly, like I said earlier, the line scares me. because the quarterback could get hurt from the right side. If that's not settled, and we don't know what's going on now because we can't see anything.
Yeah, and it's true. I mean, but he's still Aaron Rodgers. So
True.
Let's look at it this way: if Aaron Rodgers, if it was to happen, I'm not making predictions because I've been disappointed before and I've been blown away before. I'm just waiting to see something happen. Whiz Kid says Shadow Jacker.
That's it.
There you go. I like it. Whiz Kid. Let's stick with it. Whiz Kid. That's it.
Whiz Kid. Good
All
job.
right,
Good job,
Landon Clark is forever on this show known as Whiz Kid.
Whiz Kid.
Good job,
That's
Shadow.
right.
That's a good job, Shadow.
And Alamo on the Rise said Mr. Glass for Dave Glassman. We tried that. That's when he told us, no, just call me Dave. So anyway, is she throwing more stuff at you?
What? No, this is.
Oh, okay. I'm like,
I just kept it. She threw it at me because it's the same color. So.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, if it happens and Aaron Rodgers comes to Denver, do we win a Super Bowl in the next 3 seasons?
I could see that happening. Yes, absolutely.
And the next 3. The reason why I say not immediately is because the only thing I'm against that is what do we have to give up? And I see a lot of people on Broncos who are like, hey, send the whole house. But I'm like, no. Because
I don't have a problem with this.
Because if you give up, so they're going to want Jerry Jeudy to go along with Devontae Adams. They can put him in the slot and Devontae Adams on the outside of the numbers. And he's in his rookie contract, so let's pick that up easily.
I'm done making predictions. I'm truly done making predictions of any kind. I'm just going to wait to see what happens at this point.
I'm not saying he's going to come. I'm saying what we have to give up.
Mundungus says is. In other words, is going to happen.
So, Jerry Jeudy would have to leave. Mm-hmm. He's in his rookie contract. They'll pick that up. Bradley Chubb, we just picked up his 5th-year option. Not a lot of money. They'll take an elite Super Bowl pass rusher there and an up-and-coming rookie wide receiver, plus 2 to 3 draft picks. That's not – I mean, everybody's talking about how good Jerry Jeudy is and Von Miller and Bradley Chubb having a healthy season together. Aaron Rodgers sounds fantastic. It does. But what do we have to give up in return? True. If we get Aaron Rodgers, and so therefore we get a head for the body, but then they cut off the arms and the legs, what use is the body?
I get what you're saying there too, and I don't want to give up a whole ton either, but at the same time, one could make the argument that even if he comes here this season, we give up a bunch. Next season in free agency, everybody's going to want to come play for Denver to play with Aaron Rodgers.
True.
So that's why I would agree with Shadow Jacker on this. Super Bowl champs in the 2nd season.
I could see 2nd, but Malik Reed would have to step up if we gave away Bradley Chubb. KJ Hamler, Tyreek Cleveland, they'd have to step up as well. We'd probably keep Tim Patrick.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, we're keeping Tim Patrick this season, but Tim Patrick would for sure have.
He could end up being a part of the package if we decide.
Now, if Tim Patrick's a part of the package, if they say they wanted Tim Patrick, 2 draft picks,
you could offer him up. He's not garnering that huge of a contract, but he's proven.
Now, this is what I'm willing to do. I'd give up 2 draft picks, Tim Patrick, and Michael Ojemudia.
Wow, I'll take that deal.
They won't.
They're not. Yeah, probably
not. Let's see. Gary, our buddy State Farm, Gary Neighbors says, Go Broncos, Steve Atwater fans. Shadow Jacker, morally, I don't want Watson, and I agree with you. Until this is all cleared up, or
there was a rumor
we know one way or the other.
Going on saying that he wouldn't be able to play till 2023.
There is a chance. There is a chance that there is a chance. Well, not necessarily a suspension. The suspension would come as a result of, guilty charges or something like that.
There hasn't been.
He would because of the allegations and the length of time that this is going on and the length of time it could go on. He could make the commissioner's exemption list.
Wow.
At which point he can still, he still gets paid, but he's not. But based on the commissioner's choice, so good, Goodell's choice, he would not be allowed to play. So It could happen. It could really happen. Landon,
that's not his name.
The Whiz Kid says, "Watch the trade be like 1/7 for Rodgers." That'd be
I would
incredible.
snatch that up in a. That
would be absolutely incredible.
Immediate.
I think you'd still have to throw in at least a pack of chicken ramen or something, buddy. But
I give you all the ramen you want. I'd give you, man, a 7th for Rodgers. That'd be like the DeAndre Hopkins trade.
No, that would be like no trade ever made before ever, and probably never again.
Now, if we trade Aaron Rodgers, if we get Aaron Rodgers, we'd have to pick up his contract. But for a 7th round, we're gonna eat that. We're not even gonna think twice about that. Super Bowl this season, hands down, no question about it. Not thinking twice.
Not thinking twice. No,
not thinking.
But let's see. We got so MoBad. If Aaron Rodgers were to make his movement to Denver, would you be excited about it?
Oh, absolutely. All right. Yes.
I mean, I'd be one of the first ones buying a Rodgers jersey.
We are going to score a lot of points if he comes to Denver. I mean,
oh yeah.
So yeah. So even if we compromise a little bit with the defense, we'll still be okay. Okay.
Who would you willing to compromise for the defense? I said Michael Ojemudia.
Yeah, not Chubb.
Ronald Darby.
Yeah.
None of the front. I don't want any of the. I give him Josie Jewell.
But I mean, they can take Honey Bear, but wait. We just talked about Honey Bear. Mundungus might start to have an aneurysm if we're talking about his Honey Bear. Let's see. Mundungus says if we were to give them a 7th rounder and a pack of ramen for Aaron Rodgers, they would want to go fancy. They'd want the shrimp.
Oh no, shrimp is disgusting. They don't want shrimp. They want the OGs.
The beef is the best in my opinion. I'm sorry. I like the beef ramen.
Ronald Samples. Johnny, you seen that name before?
No, I can't say I have not, at least not on our show. I've heard his name. I've heard Ronald Samples, but I don't think he's ever actually been on our show. So Ronald, welcome to Nothing Rhymes with Orange and Blue. What's up, buddy? It's good to have you here.
Welcome.
Send Tim Patrick. Peyton ain't going to trade Judy. Agreed. I wouldn't at all.
Wait. So let me ask you a question. With that being said, and Tim Patrick leading the team last year with no drops, is Jerry Judy more valuable than Tim Patrick?
Well, I would say the upside on Jerry Judy, his ceiling, and in addition his draft stock, his draft stock, or make him a little bit more valuable. So, my cousin Jay, we haven't seen you in a few weeks. Jay is in the house. If at the time next week we get Rodgers, my whole outlook on the Super Bowl window changes. Could not agree more.
Broncos all over every NFL sports channel in the country. If that happens,
they might actually go amend the schedule and give us some primetime games.
No, it's too late.
I know. I'm kidding.
Can they do that?
No.
I
don't think so.
Well, I was going to say, do you guys think he really wants to come to the Broncos? I mean, you hear rumors, but
you hear rumors. I think he wants to go. I think he wants to get away from that general manager. Yeah. Plain and simple. But as far as coming to a specific team, I think he just wants to go somewhere where he can win another Super Bowl. Like wherever, I think he wants to go wherever he can succeed.
Okay, so let me ask you this, MoBad, before I answer that question. Broncos are an option. What are the other teams that are on the table?
San Francisco?
I don't think so because they just drafted Trey Lance.
You're right.
The reason why I took them off the board because they just drafted Trey Lance and they still have Jimmy G. They haven't done anything with them. So they got Jimmy G, they got Trey Lance. Don't see that as an option.
I hate it, but the Raiders? I would hate that.
I would hate it too. Brandon Gonzalez.
What's wrong with Derek Carr?
He's hit his ceiling, and he's not Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
I mean, he's top 15. He's a top 15 quarterback, but
what'd you say?
Now, I wouldn't mind having Derek Carr as a Bronco. That's just me.
I don't think we have enough eyeliner in Denver for him.
Does he really wear?
No, he doesn't. He doesn't actually.
What the hell, Johnny?
He doesn't actually wear eyeliner, but him and there's times you look at him and I swear he.
That's why
he could give Billy Joe Armstrong. There's times I look at him and I think he could give Billy Joe Armstrong of Green Day a run for his money on eyeliner.
Man,
he just looks like he wears that eyeliner. So
I would not have no problem with Derek Carr in Denver. I have no problem with that.
Somebody, I don't remember where it was. I missed it earlier. It was up here somewhere. Somebody asked what our thoughts were on Jimmy G to Denver. I don't like it at all.
He seems too like Teddy Bridgewater to me.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing about Jimmy Garoppolo and why I would not want to see Jimmy Garoppolo in Denver. Jimmy G is a pocket quarterback.
Exactly.
Plain and simple. He stakes to the pocket 100%. He's not very mobile. And unfortunately, that stuff, there was a time that kind of quarterback was, that was the best. That's what you wanted. John Elway, Peyton Manning was a pocket quarterback. Yeah. But unfortunately, the way the NFL is going, the way it's gone in the last half decade, it's becoming more and more about mobility, more and more about about a quarterback who can move, who can break out of the pocket, who can make plays on the run. And unfortunately, Jimmy G is not that.
Well, if you see something, one thing I will say is that the change in quarterback has to do with, and this is why I like football over soccer, back to you, MoBad, is because the pass rushers on the end used to be defensive ends. Michael Strahan. With Khalil Mack, DeMarcus Ward, and Von Miller, they have turned to outside linebackers. So they've gotten smaller. As a result, you have tackles that are becoming smaller. Garrett Bowles is one of the first few small tackles, not bigger than 6'6" or 6'7". They want 6'4", 6'5" tackles that are quicker. Penei Sewell that came out of Oregon, he's a smaller tackle. Why? Because the edge rushers, the outside linebackers, are faster. Therefore, as a result, because they're faster off the edge, you need a quarterback that can move out of the pocket. So as evolution takes its course and players begin to develop stronger and faster, the quarterback does as well. That pocket collapses much faster now than it did 25 years ago. And as a result, I need a quarterback that can take a 3-step drop, keep his eyes downfield, but at the same time have the legs. That's why people like Kyler Murray. I don't see what the hype about Kyler Murray is, but I know he can move his feet. Lamar Jackson, when he came out, was an absolute beast because he's fast. I think Michael Vick was ahead of his time. I think Michael Vick would be great in today's NFL. I think he was just ahead of his time. But you got I think Cam Newton was good, but I think Cam Newton was just too big. So you got Lamar Jackson, Kyler Murray, Trey Lance, and like you said, Johnny, Jimmy G, Drew Lock can run. Teddy Bridgewater can run as well. But teams want a quarterback that can do both equally.
Yes, and Jimmy G
on the run.
Jimmy G sticks in that pocket, man. So real quick, I'm going to shout this out for my cousin Jay. Shadow Jacker has given Jay a nickname for Nothing Rhymes Orange and Blue, Dream Weaver. Jay Weaver is now Dream Weaver.
I like that.
That's for my cousin. Down here, Ronald Samples. I was trying to remember where I knew Ronald Samples from. Member of the Bronco gang. That's where I know you from, Ron. That's where I know you from, brother.
Look at that.
There it is.
Look at that.
There it is. Bronco gang for life, brother.
Hey, Matt Fanatic, if you're watching, we linked up over here on this podcast. Matt Fanatic, if you're watching, this is why.
Yeah, that's right. Ron, I don't know if you caught it, but about 5-6 weeks ago, we actually had the Mad Fanatic on the show for a full episode. It was a lot of fun. So
yes, it was.
So it was a blast. So Mundungus, going back here says, right, but you can say how can you say that Jimmy's ceiling is lower than Locke's if we don't know what Locke's ceiling is?
I think the mystery in of itself makes Locke's ceiling higher. That's just me because I'm on the Locke train. That's just me.
I'm on the Locke train too. And I don't know, MoBad, we didn't even ask you that, brother. Like, so I know you're just like me. And that you root for the name on the front, except for this jersey, which is Nothing Rhymes. But you root for the name on the front of the jersey rather than the name on the back. Yeah, root for this one too. Nothing Rhymes. But you also root, rather than the name on the back, you want to root for the name on the team on the front, right? So, but if you were to support one or the other, and you were hoping one was going to win, who is it that you would want to win this job right now of the two?
Absolutely, Drew Lock, because that would be better for our team. I was very disappointed with him last year, though. Last season, I didn't see that happening.
Yeah, I didn't either. But I felt like he was kind of a victim of as much as he made some mistakes, he was a victim of circumstance as well.
Yeah, things didn't go his way, but absolutely, yeah. I mean, if he wins, then we're good. For the next 10 years. Yeah,
I mean,
I see him. I asked you a question earlier about who you saw for the next 5 to 6 years, and I agree with you. I see Teddy Bridgewater, maybe a Ryan Tannehill, bounce around a couple teams, and then finally find your home. That offensive scheme, that offensive fit, that is a possibility. But he could also be a Ryan Fitzpatrick. where he can't find that team. And I think Drew Lock coming out of the draft, second round. Like I said, I'm on the Drew Lock train, but I see something different in him, and I just see Drew Lock in the Broncos uniform just fighting for it. And Teddy Bridgewater seems like not by his choice, but to me, he just seems like a nomad. He just goes where he can. The Saints take him 5-0, get picked up by Carolina, do what you can at Carolina, and don't forget Drew Lock played Teddy Bridgewater. They had their duo.
Drew Lock destroyed Teddy Bridgewater,
and Drew Lock beat Teddy Bridgewater.
No. Drew Lock destroyed Teddy Bridgewater.
Yeah, he won FedEx Airplay of the Week, didn't he? He had 300-something yards, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions that game.
That game against the Panthers last season, it was incredible.
That's the Drew Lock we want. You think Teddy Bridgewater doesn't?
That's the Drew Lock we need every game.
You think he doesn't? So you think Teddy Bridgewater doesn't forget about that game? What he saw against Drew Lock?
No,
he saw 4 touchdowns, no interceptions, 300+ yards, and he's like, now I got to go compete against this guy, and this guy beat us last year. The coaches think that too, and I think Johnny, what you said is a victim of circumstance. I think the coaching staff give him more credit for. They had keep that in mind more than the fans do. The fans are like, up Teddy, I want Teddy or Aaron Rodgers, but I think the coaching staff is like, hey, like Drew Lock said, I had more time. He said last preseason, I focused more on the playbook than I did my fundamentals and my mechanics because I was trying to learn the plays.
Right. Mundungus came back at me. That's not how that works. Sorry, I had to get loud because he wrote in all caps. That's not how that works. Lock didn't beat Bridgewater. The Broncos beat the Panthers. You're right. I that's what I meant. But ultimately, you're right on that one, buddy.
I'll give it to you.
Ronnie Samples, my Bronco gang brother, says he likes Teddy Two Gloves.
Okay, we got some diversity in here. Okay, Ronald. Tell us why, buddy. Tell us why in the comments.
Yeah. Shadow Jackers on the Drew Lock train. Choo. Jay Weaver, my cousin's back. Back in the comments. I have high hope for Lock. Might be fool's gold, but the kid has the tools. Who knows? But it's all about consistency. I mean, you could have all the tools in the world. I mean, I could go out to. Let's be honest. I could go out to Home Depot and buy the top of the line tools, but if I don't know how to build a house, it's gonna be a little ramshackle hut.
Yeah, I got a whole toolbox for Christmas, and my shampooer yesterday started leaking when I was trying to clean the carpet. I have no idea what the hell I'm doing to try and fix it and to stop it from leaking, so I just threw it away.
Well, the first thing you should have done is pick up your phone, dial your best friend who does know how to fix crap like that.
Hey,
anyway,
but if I'm going to be the man of my house, at least let me try first. Let me go underneath there and look. And I went and looked, and I had no idea.
I need to know, did trying consist of you sitting there staring at the shampooer for half an hour going,
yeah, that's a start. I'm not just going to start taking it apart.
Why not? That's the best way to figure out what's wrong.
Maybe I forgot to plug it in, so I'm just going to start unscrewing stuff.
All right, so we got Skinny Bob saying he's trying to drive and listen, so the wife is driving now so that he can be in the comments.
Skinny Bob, that's dedication I like.
Skinny Bob, that's awesome.
But guys, I would say it's up to Drew Lock, really. I mean, this is his opportunity now, to be successful. He's getting the chance. That's his chance. So
they gave him the chance to just be the guy. Like they handed him the reins. They were like, "Here, you're the quarterback."
Exactly.
It didn't work out. It did not work out, and now they're giving him another chance, but they're not just handing it to him. They're saying, "Now, prove it."
Exactly.
So I agree with Richie here. He says, "I want Drew to do very well. My gut, though, tells me Locke will look better, but not good enough. Thus, I think Teddy is likely our best option." I have to somewhat agree with that because the way I think about it is, okay, who's more likely to lose there? So game 1, let's say game 1 through 4. If you put Teddy as the starter for game 1 through 4, is he more likely to lose that starting job than Drew would? Because I feel like if you put Drew for game 1 through 4, game 5, the fans are going to be calling for Teddy. But if you put Teddy there, the fans are going to be quiet and be like, okay, let Teddy do it. Because we've seen Drew play for the Broncos, but we haven't seen Teddy. So I see what you're saying, Drew. I feel like Richie, I feel like Drew's improved greatly, but I think Teddy just has that edge with experience and from what I saw, touchdowns and consistency with Jerry Jeudy and bringing out the best in Jerry Jeudy and that touch pass. And the receivers like, oh, Drew throws hard, but he's more timing and accuracy. It sounds like the receivers like the way Teddy throws. Now, Noah Fant likes Drew and Jerry Jeudy likes Teddy, but you know the coaches are being hush hush about it. But you know, I'm not gonna lie. Right now, I give a 55-45 edge to Teddy. That's just me being honest.
Sounds
I'm
like
on a Drew Lock train. Excuse me, but I'm gonna give Teddy the edge right now.
Okay. I mean, and right now we're seeing across the comments from Mundungus, Shadowjacker, Ronald Samples, my cousin, you know, Jay Weaver, Brandon Gonzalez, Skinny Bob. Everybody, it seems kind of split. We're seeing both. Shadow has a non-quarterback situation question from Mo. Baudry, you think Javonte Williams, Pookie, has a breakout first season?
Yes. I'm really excited about him. Yes,
you know,
I think our I think our game is going to improve definitely with him, on the line. Like,
I mean, he just watching some. I've watched. Initially, I just watched what was it, the Javonte Williams versus Miami that I got told to watch by Mr. Boggins. But later on, I went back and I started watching him across, all of last season. I've watched a bunch of different highlights of him. I have not seen anybody run like that in a very, very long time. And the way he goes through people and how, I swear, the kid has to slather himself in baby oil or something before the game.
Yeah, they bounce off him. Yeah.
They can't get him. They cannot get arms around him. I'm really excited about it. So, Javonte Williams, Bob Skinner says, Pookie night.
Okay.
You might as well just accept it, buddy.
I love you guys. No, my question is, this is the way I'm thinking with Javonte Williams, and I think Mike Boone, the pickup of Mike Boone, was chess, not checkers. This year he plays special teams, but let's say Melvin Gordon doesn't come back next year, and Javonte Williams is the guy. Is Mike Boone a good second RB, 2 RB?
Honestly, I think Mike Boone's going to be utilized more in special teams.
But if Melvin Gordon does not come back next year,
I don't think
next year.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. If Melvin Gordon doesn't come back next year, is Mike Boone a good RB2 to Javonte Williams?
Hard to say because we haven't seen enough of Mike Boone.
Only time will tell, I guess, with that.
I mean,
and the reason why I'm saying
the thing about Mike Boone is in the NFL, he's relatively unproven. He's had one career start where he played a whole game, and yes, he went for 145 yards in that one outing. But beyond that, we've not seen anything else from him in the NFL, really.
But what I'm saying is, I think similar to Drew Lock, Melvin Gordon's future is in his hands. If he does anything less than 1,000 yards and 8 touchdowns, and a possible Pro Bowl, he's not coming back. I can guarantee that. He's similar to Drew Lock. There's a threshold he has to meet.
I don't think he's coming back regardless, because I don't think we're gonna. I do not. You mean Melvin Gordon? You're talking Melvin Gordon, right?
If he has a great
after this season, honestly, I don't. I mean, unless he goes for a
top 2, top 3 running back in the NFL,
top 3 running back. 1,800 yards from scrimmage.
Oh God.
I'm serious. I don't see him coming back to Denver.
So that means Mike Boone would have to step up.
I don't think so. I think it would be, the Broncos would cut bait, cut that contract loose.
Yeah.
It's such a big contract, especially for an aging running back. I honestly think, if Pookie shows up and shows out the way I'm very sure he's going to.
And from what we're hearing, he can pass block. And
he's going to be RB1. I truly believe at least by next season he'll be RB1. If he balls out the way I think he will. At that point, we're not going to want to pay the contract for Melvin Gordon that is going to be required to do so to keep him as RB2. We're not going to want that.
The question is not keep Gordon as RB2. Who becomes our RB2? We got Levante Bellamy. We got Royce Freeman.
Royce Freeman, no. I'm pretty sure Freeman's going to be practice squad after this.
I'm more comfortable with Mike Boone. And Jay comes in. He says, could Gordon be trade bait if we were comfortable with Boone and Freeman? Yes. I would not mind putting Melvin Gordon on the trade block for Aaron Rodgers. But then again, the Green Bay Packers do have Aaron Jones.
Yep.
So they wouldn't be interested in a Melvin Gordon trade.
Sorry, Mundungus is bringing is being funny as always. Does running from the cops to avoid a DUI count into those 1,800 yards?
Yes. If he runs for 1,800
Wow.
yards, he's getting re-signed.
Oh,
If Melvin Gordon runs for 1,800 yards, he's getting re-signed guaranteed.
What if he takes a pay cut? He say, "Okay, I'll take a pay cut." Maybe.
If he runs for 1,800 yards, he's not going to want a pay cut.
he won't take a pay cut
Because
rightfully just the kind of person, the kind of player he is. He has never been willing to take a pay cut.
But I will
He
say
proved
this,
that
though,
already.
MoBad.
In
Rightfully so. If he
Yeah.
runs for 1,800 yards, rightfully so, he's earned whatever contract he wants. Now, the question is, will the Broncos pay it? I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
I don't
Not
think
if
so.
you
I think
have
somebody,
a young.
I think
have
somebody like the
Cookie.
Steelers who need a running back will pay it.
No, maybe.
But 1,800 yards, he earned whatever paycheck he wants.
Yeah.
I just don't think the Broncos are gonna. They're like, hey, that was great one season. You're getting up there in age. Can we count on you to do that back to back? You're no Derrick Henry.
Back to my co-host over on Broncos Talk, Richie Rich. We cannot just hand Williams the starting gig. We need to ensure that he can make the NFL jump. If Gordon doesn't work out or we just move on, we will draft another running back. Also, we have Levante Bellamy.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. I agree. Now, this one is from Shadow Jacker, but I'm going to amend his question just a little because we're running out of time. And I was already going to make this my last question for MoBad while we got him on the show. Shadow Jacker says, bad Mo. I like that too. All-time fave player. But instead of all-time fave player, Mo, I want you to name your 5 all-time favorite Broncos players. Who they are and why.
Does it have to be Broncos or can it be all time?
Dude, this is a Broncos show. Okay, Broncos. 5 all-time
To bite my
favorite
head
Broncos
off.
players, and go.
Obviously, I love defense, so I like Von Miller would be one.
Yeah, buddy.
Peyton Manning,
Okay.
obviously. DT for sure.
Okay.
Demaryius Thomas,
Mm-hmm,
Jake Plummer,
Okay.
and Elway.
So 3 quarterbacks made that list.
Yeah.
All right. So if you had to pick one of those 5, who is your all-time number 1?
I would say Peyton Manning because I really didn't really get to see Elway play that much. You see the old stuff, but
Good answer.
All right, that's fair. That's fair. I mean, like I said, you said you became a fan in 2005. Elway was definitely long retired at that point. Me, I grew up, my entire life. I was indoctrinated from birth as a Broncos fan, so I grew up with Elway. And Isaiah is dropping,
That's what I'm saying.
Isaiah is dropping the ball over here more than Melvin Gordon.
or Jerry Judy. Jerry Judy. I hope he doesn't do that.
Well, no. See, I'd say Melvin Gordon because at least with Jerry Judy, the ball is coming at him and he can't seem to grasp it. You already had the ball in your hands and you dropped it. That's
Jerry Judy,
full on
Melvin Gordon, if you're watching the show, we love you guys.
We do, but we still will make jokes. So that being said, guys, we're at an hour and 10 minutes. We got a few other. Let's see. Brandon Garcia coming in with another rookie. Quinn Miners, the guard we drafted, is going to be amazing for our running game. I agree.
I want to see him and Natani Mute in together.
I would love that, but I mean, you've still got to consider, whether or not Cush makes a push at center.
Cushion. Oh, that's his nickname. I win. Cushion.
You only got that nickname because of something I said.
Hey,
Do
nobody
your
asked.
own work. Do your own work. Do your own research. Stop stealing mine.
I win.
We got others coming in real quick with their number ones. Mundungus, John Mobley, Shadow Jacker, Dirty Bill Romanowski. That's what's up. Ronald Sample.
Shannon Sharp.
Yeah, buddy. Brendan Gonzalez, gave us John Elway, Jason Elam, Steve Atwater, and Terrell Davis. A kicker made the top 5. You're damn right I like Terrell Davis. Look right back there. That Terrell Davis jersey, I wore that the entire 1997 Super Bowl season so much that the numbers are wearing off of it and the name is almost gone because I wore it so freaking much. So 10% royalty to Viking for that one, Pookie. That's right. And 10% for his manager.
Show me the money.
Push the cush. And then of course Jay says TD. My favorite was Rod Smith. What an incredible wide receiver he was. Very underrated. very underappreciated in the grand scheme of the NFL. Came in as an undrafted free agent and the same year as Michael Irvin, and almost perfectly mirrored Michael Irvin's career stats.
I'm going to have to go with Peyton Manning because he brought me to the Broncos.
Yeah, okay.
One that people won't say was because he reminded me of myself and I liked his route running. Emmanuel Sanders, who I think Jerry Jeudy can really actually. Jerry Jeudy's a better route runner than Emmanuel Sanders. I think Emmanuel Sanders has better hands in football sports. Jerry Jeudy's young. And another one was Malik Jackson because I knew him in high school. We knew each other. So when I found out he played for the Broncos and I watched him go through high school to college and then get a Super Bowl ring, I was like really proud of him. So.
And real quick, MoBad, is your son Malik not named after Malik Jackson?
Yep.
Boom! That's awesome. That's awesome.
I like
right,
defense.
guys.
I like defense.
That's been fun. Shadow Jacker, we're going to go ahead and start rolling it back, getting out of here. Shadow Jacker says, good show, bros. Bad Mo. Showed up and showed out. We appreciate you coming on today, brother. It's been a blast having MoBad on today.
How can we reach you, MoBad, on any social media sites you have? How do we reach out to you or get in contact with you, or how do we follow you?
Twitter at Broncos 2005. You can see it on the screen. That's the best way. I'm always on Twitter, so.
Yeah, he's always on Twitter. I swear to God, I DM this guy, and he has responded to me within 2 minutes of every DM.
You heard Twitter. It, guys. Broncos 2005. Go follow him right now.
Right now. But not before you subscribe to MHRT Podcasts, right?
Yes,
right?
Absolutely.
We are on that quest for 1,000, but we want at least 3, and be one of those 3. 3 new subscribers by Broncos Talk on Tuesday night, by our next show. All right,
make it happen.
This has been a blast. This has been an awesome blast. Richie Rich agrees with you. MoBad, Malik was one of his favorite Broncos. Very underrated.
Mm-hmm.
True.
And Malik Jackson, if you ever actually see this show, that awesome dude down there named his son after you.
Malik Jackson, the problem, right?
That's right.
Remember that?
Malik Jackson, the problem. Malik Badri, the solution.
Yes.
I like that. Oh.
Yeah.
I like that.
We're going from MoBad to the solution. That's what I'm going to call your little one from now on. How's the solution?
The solution.
You know what I mean? So, all right, so here's the thing, guys. We've had an absolute blast. Make sure that you like, subscribe, share, subscribe, okay? We're on that quest for 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. Jump over to MHRT Podcast on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. Give us that like, that subscribe. Share it out to your friends. Get us out there. Let's build this family because we are fun. We have a blast, okay? Now, we've had a lot of fun with our buddy MoBad today, and we will go ahead. Okay, I'm sorry. I was reading something. Over the next few weeks, we're going to do something more of the same. We're going to be bringing on some other of our big fans, some of the fans that we have had in the house here that are really contributing and really helping push who we are as the Nothing Rhymes with Orange and Blue podcast. This next week on the 4th of July, it's going to be Dave Glassman is going to be guest starring on our show.
Dave is going to be in the house. Yeah.
Dave is going to be in the house.
What day is the 4th of July?
It's a Sunday.
Yeah, we get Dave. Man.
We get Dave on the 4th of July.
Yeah, we always get the holidays.
Sunday the 11th. This is all Nothing Rhymes with Orange and Blue. I haven't even gotten to the other shows.
Oh.
The 11th, Skinny Bob Skinner will be in the house the following Sunday.
Skinny Bob.
It's going to be an absolute blast. Do not miss it. Okay?
Bob, if you're not skinny, I'm going to be pissed.
He said he's not that skinny when you gave him that nickname. He straight up said it.
You have 1 week, Bob, to do what you can.
He straight up said it. I'm not that skinny, but okay. That's exactly what he said when you gave him the nickname. That being said, like I said, we go. This is Nothing Rhymes with Orange and Blue, okay? We go live every Sunday at 6543 on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. Do not miss the other shows within MHRT, the Mile High Roundtable. That's Broncos Talk on Tuesday with myself, Adon Diaz, the 6'10" Mexican, and Richie Rich A, our Canadian brother. All right, that's at 6543. All right, on Tuesday nights. On Thursday, our flagship podcast for Mile High Roundtable, MHRT Podcast with Mundungus, Glenn, Mr. Boggins, and Adon Diaz. And also, I think this next week again, it'll be Isaiah on there, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong, Isaiah. You're going to be on there this next week again, right?
What time is it on Thursday?
Oh my gosh. Ugh.
I missed it.
7654, brother. 7654.
Yeah. It should be. Yeah,
You'll be on it. You'll be on it. Don't Mundungus. You're gonna make Mundungus angry. All right.
Go.
All right.
He's
Do not miss our
already
other
done.
shows. Do not miss our other shows, guys, because we have a lot of exciting things planned, and we're having a lot of fun with this. All right. We have one last thing to do this week before we let MoBad go. MoBad, would you please honor us with a proper mile high five on the show? Are you ready?
Yes, go ahead.
Mile high five. Yes. That's been a blast. Guys, please do not forget to join us next Sunday with our special guest, Dave Glassman. We love you, Broncos country. Mile high five to you all, and we will see you next week. Woo! We are
Thank you.
out.
Ow!